Hello guys, how are you? I hope you are fine from that end of the globe. In this video, I'm going to explain how we are required to solve question number 11. Okay, so I'll just have to explain the steps which you were required to have followed for you to arrive at the correct solutions. Okay, so we are having the question as shown on the screen. Let me try to zoom out. Okay, um, this is zooming in. Okay, now these are the figures we are looking at, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the question is saying the cost of operating the canteen at Chicken Eats Company for the past 3 months is as follows. So we are having information of the months. Okay, I'm very sorry, the months are not visible, but we can just type them. There is the first line is month 1, month 2, and month 3. Okay, so we are having 3 months information in their chronological order. Okay, right, my pen is too big, I'm sorry for that. Now the second column there in the middle column is the cost information, and the last column is for the employees. Okay, and they relate to a canteen at a company called Chicken Eats Company. Now we are required to calculate the variable cost per employee per month, okay, and fixed costs per month. Right, so there is what is called the high-low method. Okay, I'm sure you read about the high-low method. Okay, don't worry about the pen. Now the high-low method talks about the calculation of variable cost per unit. Okay, let me just write this high. um, Forget me, my pen is not responding. It's not responding nicely. High, okay, and low. All right, so the high-low method, and this was actually explained in your notes, and you need also to refer to the week's videos on the high-low method. Now let me just wrap it off so that our figures would be clear. I'm using a phone, so forgive me for all these inconveniences in typing the words or in using the pen. Now the high-low method says that for you to calculate variable cost per unit, you need to use the cost at the highest level of activity, um, then minus the cost at the lowest level of activity, all divided by the highest activity less the lowest activity. Okay, so that's on top of the fraction, that's the cost. All right, subtracting each other, the highest cost subtracting the lowest cost. Okay, and then below, that's the highest activity, that is the highest units minus the lowest units. All right, but one thing I want you to understand is that it is the level of activity that determine these figures. All right, sometimes students confuse, they end up first picking information where the costs are high. Okay, like for example, if you look at this middle column, the cost column, you could be tempted if the examiner had actually put the cost of let's say 76,000, and the units or the number of employees there were lower than the cost of an activity where um, the employees were, let's say, lower than those of 76,000, then we're going to calculate it in a wrong way. The formula is that you need to pick that cost where that is in line with the highest level of units or highest level of activity. So in this case, we're going to pick the costs which are linked to employees, because to 1300, because 1300 is the highest level of activity. Okay, so the relevant cost there, or the related cost, is 75,000. So in our equation, we're going to say 75,000 minus the lowest level of activity. Lowest level of activity was 1175. So that's the cost in line with 1175 is 68,000. So we're going to say 68, okay, 1,750. So you can just put a point for like and like. So 75 minus 68.75, that's the numerator, and then you just have to pick the units which were in line with 75 were 1,300. So below there you put your 1,300. Sorry, my pen is not writing properly. And you then have to subtract the cost in line with the 68,750 was 1,175. Sorry, don't mind about the pen. Okay, but that's what in short. So if you punch these figures, right, you're going to have a situation where, all right, that's me there. I'm trying to find a space where I can, yeah, I just want space to write something. All right, the figures I'm referring to, guys, okay, all right, okay, let me just try to type on the screen. Right, let me just try to type here. I'm saying for you to calculate the variable cost per unit, you're going to say variable cost is equal to, using the high-low method, that's the figures are, all right, let me just locate the question on the screen, because I don't have, I can't see it here now. Okay, just a minute, guys. Okay, that's question number 11. All right, I see them. All right, so we are saying we're going to use the costs at highest level of activity minus costs at lowest level of activity. Okay, la. All right, you put in brackets, these are in brackets. Okay, all divided by all divided by highest level level of activity. Remember, this one is also in brackets. Okay, minus lowest level of activity, right? Lowest LA, right? You say enter, and you say equal sign. Okay, the cost at the highest level of activity, we determine them to be 75,000. Let us just write the numbers in full. Okay, let us put again brackets so that we won't confuse ourselves. Okay, minus the cost at the lowest level of activity were 68,000. Right, don't forget the dollar sign. 68,750. Close bracket, divided by highest level of activity was 1,300 units, employees, minus the lowest level of activity 1,175. So you need to punch those figures in your calculator, and you must get your variable cost per unit All right, let us solve step by step. So you are going to have here the first on the numerator, you're going to have in dollars, you're going to have 6,250. 6,250, where's my comma? 200. Okay, and the numerator is 125 employees, and you then have to determine your $50. Okay, so that's the variable cost per unit. Okay, then once you've done that, you then have to say fixed cost now. Fixed cost is equal to, all right, for you to determine the fixed cost, you need to know that total costs, this equation is very important. Total cost of a product is equal to variable cost plus fixed cost. All right, okay, and solving for fixed costs or making fixed cost subject of the formula, we're going to say fixed costs is equal to, just have to rearrange, fixed cost is equal to total cost, okay, total cost minus variable cost, okay, and you then say equal sign. Now we are told that we have determined that at a level of 75,000 the number of employees is 1,300. At a level of 68,750 the number of employees is equal to 1,175. It's given in the question, so let us just use the level of $68,750, okay, because we know that the number of employees there is 1,175 as given in the question. So when the total cost is 68,000, let me put in dollars, 68,750. We know that the number of employees is equal to what? Is equal to 1,175 employees. Okay, then we multiply by the variable cost per unit. Okay, the variable cost per unit was $50 as we have determined. All right, so fixed cost becomes, okay, because the total cost is 68,750. All right, and the variable cost, remember the variable cost we had calculated was variable cost per unit, which was $50. But if the employees are 1,175, it means the variable cost will be more. So we're going to say 68,750. Okay, let me put a comma, right, minus the variable cost 1,175 multiplied by 50. 1,175 multiplied by 50. This gives us 58,000. Please confirm with your calculator. 58,750. Therefore, the question becomes, if you solve 68,750 minus 58,750, you can actually see with your eyes that this gives us $10,000. So fixed costs are $10,000. So this is what you should have done for you to determine those two figures. I hope you have been helped with this video. If not, please don't hesitate to contact me. All right, you know my numbers. Yeah, welcome. Right, okay, for those who don't have the numbers but are watching this, please let me just look if I have so there are no, all right, okay, there are no numbers here then, so All right, this is my number for those 074 596 368. Okay, this is just part of the feedback. Okay, and for those who would want to be assisted, okay, this is how we do our coaching. We teach online on WhatsApp, and it's a 24-hour right round the clock coaching academy. So for you to pass your Acca, you need an online tutor who is always there for you, right? So these are the numbers. As you can see, we are chatting on WhatsApp with another student, so you can as well be assisted. All right. I look forward to receive you in class. Okay, like I said, these are the numbers. If you want to contact me on email, you can just send an email to jmutimkulu@gmail. Okay, jmutimkulu@gmail.com. Okay, so that's the email. All right, the email and the cell phone number. Like I said, it's compatible with WhatsApp. Okay, so until next time, ladies and gentlemen, may you continue to feel blessed. All right, okay, and don't hesitate to contact me any time of the day. Anytime is tea time. Okay, I'm signing out. Thank you.